everyone, it's Heather. Welcome back into the Paper Castle. I have another haul to share with all of you today. This is from a couple of rummage sales that Wendy and I went to recently. And first of all, I just want to thank all of you who watched my previous video, which was my first one in like 10 months. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you for all of your wonderful comments. I really, really do appreciate it. So let me get started and jump right into these hauls and show you what I got. First, I'm going to show you a couple things that sold this weekend. This isn't everything that sold, but I just wanted to show you why I like needlework so much. This little panel I picked up for, God, I think only about $1. I can't remember which sale I purchased it at, but it's hard to see. You might be able to see right here that it's dirty. Over here on the right hand side there's a stain. The whole thing is a little dingy. But I picked it up anyway because this section was finished and I knew that whoever purchased it, all they really had to do was stitch in a background color. It's going to cover over any imperfections on the canvas, so it doesn't really matter anyway if this was dirty. Like I said, picked it up for $1 and sold it for $14 with free shipping. And then this pillow I showed you all in my last video. I bought this at a rummage sale in Pennsylvania for $5. Usually I don't even pay this much for needlepoint pillows. But this particular sale is a little pricier than most. Paid $5, sold it for $30 plus shipping. I'm very happy it's leaving, just because it's not my favorite needlepoint pillow. I'm not into brown and mustard yellow, so I was very happy. There's certain things that I buy that they're so beautiful that I get a little upset when they sell. I'm like, oh God, I loved having this in my house. And there's other things like this, when they sell, I'm like, oh great. I'm so glad I get to get rid of that. But I'm happy that someone enjoys it. You know, to each his own. All right, and the other thing that I have to show you that sold will be coming up in this haul. The first sale I want to share with you guys is one in Pennsylvania that I just started going to last spring. They have two, I think, every year, but I missed their fall sale. Small church, but awesome prices. And this time Wendy went with me. She didn't go with me last year. So we were number 1 and 2 in line, and I did pretty well there. Let's see. First up, I got 4 of these little plates. I'm not going to take them all out of the box. As you can see, they're all in their original boxes. But they're just little oval plates that you hang on the wall. They're from Paris Royal. I'd never heard the name before, but they were marked 25 cents a piece, and I couldn't pass them up. And I also looked them up on eBay and saw that another set, they weren't brand new in the box, but they did have plate hangers already on each one of them. That set sold for $50 or $60. So I listed these for, I believe, $50 with best offer. So we'll see what happens. But I can't go wrong spending $1 on 4 of these. Okay, next up is this little sugar bowl. I didn't realize until I got in there and got my bearings that they're, well, if you want to call it a boutique section, it's a little table all the way in the back of the room. That's where they put their boutique-y stuff. You don't have to pay separately for it. They don't have anyone guarding it like they do the jewelry or anything. So I missed out on a teapot in this pattern, but I did get this sugar bowl. And even though the name was not on the bottom, I recognized the maker's mark. And it's from Lomonosov. And you spell that, let's see, I'm hoping I spell this right, Lomonosov. And this pattern is one of their most, if not the most popular one that they've ever made. It's called Cobalt Net, and I paid $2 for this, and should be able to get about 40 to 50 plus shipping. Next, I went to the linen section, and I got a couple things. I don't know how well they'll do, but they were so cheap that I bought them anyway. Somebody had donated a bunch of these old vintage aprons, which I think are spectacular, and a lot of them unfortunately were stained. So this is the only one that I picked up, and I didn't even realize till I got home that this one was also stained. It has a stain on the strap in the back, but it's perfect in the front. It's this really cute little shamrock pattern with pink tulle, and even has little pockets and rickrack. For 50 cents, I couldn't pass it up, and I'm hoping to get maybe probably 8 to 10 out of that. And the other thing I got, which is going to be hard to show you guys on the table, I'm only going to open this halfway. This is a table runner with lions and eagles, and the same on this side, although the eagles are a little different. Yeah, birds are a little different. But it's got this beautiful lace. It's stitched on linen. So much work went into this, and it only cost me $1. There's one issue somewhere on it, on the edge, with the lace. Oh, here it is. Has a little bit of a hole. But that part's probably going to hang over the edge of the table, so who cares? I mean, I would buy it if this was, you know, my style. So for $1, maybe, I don't know, 20 to 25. I might put this up for auction. Who knows? But this hasn't been listed yet. Most of the other stuff that you're going to see in this video has. For $1, I picked up this flatware. I knew before I even turned it over what the pattern was. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but this says Interpur, INTERPUR. It's from Japan. This particular pattern is called Florenz, FLORENZ. It's pretty popular. I have some other pieces of it in my inventory. I don't think they're listed yet. Not sure yet whether I'm going to list this stuff, you know, like just the forks and just the knives, or just put the whole lot together. And I can't remember what these normally go for, but it is a popular pattern, mid-century. So if you ever see it, definitely pick it up. I got these oil lamps, and when I first picked them up, I had no clue what they were. I didn't even know what they looked like, because these 3 boxes, it seemed like they had some kind of like a basket bingo or something similar to that, and maybe there were leftovers. I'm not quite sure. Or maybe they had an auction and something didn't get bid on. They had a few baskets scattered around the sale that were all saran wrapped. And these were in a tiny little like berry basket, all saran wrapped, and all it said was, it had a tag on it that said $2 and oil lamps. Well, I've sold a lot of oil lamps before, so I decided to take a chance on these. And I'm happy that I did. When I opened them up, there's still one in here. I didn't take them all out. But you basically got 3 different sizes. They're all brass. On the bottom of this one, it says BCA, made in Denmark. These are nautical oil lamps. I guess you use them on a boat. Well, obviously, but I've never seen them before. They're brand new. The wick's never been burned. The only thing is they look a little dangerous to me because this part pops out so easily. Well, it did a second ago. So if you're on a boat and they tip over, I don't know, maybe they're weighted so they don't tip over. I'm not quite sure. But I found these online when I got home. The large and the medium have sold together on eBay pretty consistently for about $50 for the set. And I couldn't find this little one. Unfortunately, the little one doesn't have the little wick in the center that's missing, and it doesn't have a lid. I don't know if it ever did, but they are interchangeable if you just want to use the little one. So I put them all up together for, might have been 50 or 60 with best offer. We'll see what happens with those. Then back in the boutique section where I got that sugar bowl, there's some more in this bag, but they had a basket full of these Wallace silver plate sleigh bells. I've purchased these before. In the past, they've always been in their original boxes with the little velvet storage bags. These didn't have any of that. It was just a basket full of 9 silver plate sleigh bells. They wanted $3 a piece. They date from, I think, late 80s to mid 90s, and they're in great condition. So what I'm going to do with these is sell them all as a lot. If they were all in their boxes with their bags and everything, I might have sold them individually, but since they're not, it's easier for me, especially since I have so many other things to list, to just throw these up as a lot. I paid $24 total for them. Oh yeah, I think they threw one in. They bundled it, so yeah, instead of 27, I paid 24. And I'm hoping that I get at least 100 plus shipping. And then the last thing from that sale were these little quilt tiles. I've purchased these in the past a few times actually, but I've never found them in their original boxes. These are Celebration of American Quilt tiles, or little ornaments, and each one is a different pattern. As you can see, these were all done like late 80s, early 90s. There's Kentucky Rose. This one is, I think, double wedding ring, and then Maple Star. As soon as I saw them, I just picked them up, threw them right in the bag. I didn't even have to look them up because they were 25 cents a piece. They normally sell on average between $10 to $15 each. And when I woke up Saturday morning, I had a message from a lady in Australia who said, please, 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 will you ship these to Australia? And they only weigh, with the padded envelope, and I'm going to add some bubble wrap, obviously, they weigh less than a pound. And it's going to cost $35 to ship to Australia. That's insane. But she really wanted them. So I told her, I said, it'll be $35. If you're still interested, I will add the shipping to the listing and you can purchase them. And she's like, absolutely, absolutely. So I did that. She bought them, paid right away. So my 75 cents, I paid 75 cents. She paid $75 total for these, but she loves them. So they're going to take a very long journey starting this afternoon and go live over there. All right, so that is it from that little sale. Hopefully I can hit the one in the fall next time around. All right, and now I'm going to show you everything that I got at another Rummage sale that I found out about it a couple years ago. Wendy actually sent me a text and said, there's a sale about, 35 minutes or so from you. The first day had already passed, but she just wanted to make me aware of it. Well, that day, I think it was a Wednesday. They have it like Saturday, then a Wednesday, and then the next Saturday. It's very strange. But that Wednesday, I happened to be driving out that way to run errands, and it was only another 20 minutes from where I was, so I decided to go check it out. And I'm happy I did because the sale is huge. And I still did really well, even considering that it was the second day of it. So now I make sure that that one is on my list and that I hit it on the first day. Wendy and I got there 2 hours early. This sale is great because it has this big stone portico that is probably, I don't know how long it is, but if you line people up under it from the door where you go in out to the sidewalk, you can probably fit, I would say, 25, 30 people in a line underneath it. But then it's very wide, so it doesn't matter what the weather is. You can get there as early as you want and just sit under the stone portico, and you don't have to worry about anything. And the great part about it this time was there was a set of outdoor lounge chairs, like swivel chairs with cushions on them. So Wendy and I sat in those. Another woman and her teenage daughter sat in the other two. And then everybody else, unfortunately, had to sit in these tiny little heavy wooden kindergartner chairs. You know, the old vintage, really heavy wood school chairs. And they were pulling them off the pile and lining them up against the wall and sitting in them. And Wendy's strategy was, she's like, this is great. We're all stretched out on these lounge chairs. And all these, you know, grown adults are sitting in these teeny tiny toddler chairs. So she's like, when it's time to go in, they'll be all cramped up and they can't run in there as fast as we can. So we're going to get all the good stuff. So not quite sure if that strategy worked, but, you know, it was a good one. It was just nice to sit in a lounge chair and not have to sit on the ground or stand the whole time and stand out in the weather because it was a windy, cold, gray day. We got to talk to a lot of people, learned about flea markets, and that's the other thing that I love about the rummage sales is you just get to meet so many different people, and you learn a lot from them. They learn things from you. You know, you find out about different sales. It's fantastic. Okay, so I spent $65 at this sale, which for me is a lot, but I paid up for one item, and I'll show you that first so you'll understand why I paid $65, and then everything else that you're going to see cost me a $20 bill. So in their boutique room, they do a pretty good job with their boutique room. They don't really put a lot of garbage in there. You know, there's a lot of sales that they put non-boutique-y things in there and then charge crazy prices. But this place does a really good job. I didn't go in there until probably maybe about a half an hour into the sale. So I was surprised that this was still there. I'm not going to take it out of the box. But this is a Lennox Dr. Seuss Grinch Christmas figurine. The Grinch is sitting on top of a big sack of toys. They wanted $45 for it. I paid that because I knew that I could get probably 100 to 120 out of this figurine. So that's where most of my money went. I purchased one a year or two ago for $40, a different one. I think it was Carving the Roast Beast from someone on Marketplace, and that one sold for, I believe, $200 plus shipping. But when I first walked into the sale, of course I went to where the crafts and the health and beauty were. They were right next to each other. Didn't find anything in the health and beauty department, unfortunately, but I did find some things in the crafts section. One of them was a cross-stitch baby, baby quilt, crib quilt. That one I paid 50 cents for. Already sold it for 20 with free shipping? No, 20 plus shipping. And I think that went out to the West Coast. This one I also paid 50 cents for. This little nativity motifs. I think this should sell for around 10 plus shipping. Then I was thrilled to find a Dimensions Gold Collection Petites. This is Enchanted Cottage. The only drawback is that the fabric is missing, but I have a ton of cross-stitch fabric in my basement, so I just have to find a piece that's large enough to go in here, and then I will list this. So I haven't taken pictures and listed this yet, but the 50 cents I paid for it, I should still be able to get around, I think these go for around 20 to 25 plus shipping. Then I got 4 baby bibs. These were originally in a kit, but the only part left was these 3 bibs. Then there was another bib on the table, this little tiny one. So I picked them all up for $1 total, and I'm selling them together for, I think, 15 plus shipping. Anytime you find any of those weird cross-stitch things, like the kitchen towels, the pot holders, the bibs, there's sippy cups, you know, anything strange like that, pick them up because you can lot them together and they can do really, really well. I usually wait till the end of the season. I didn't with these, but normally, like with the towels and stuff, I'll try and wait till the end of the season, see how many I have, and then put them in a whole lot together. And then this last kit I found, this is an Elsa Williams Crewel Embroidery Kit. These don't really sell for much, maybe 10 plus shipping, but I made sure to put the illustrator in it, in the title. This is Bessie Pease Gutman. She's a very popular artist, I think back in the 30s, I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And I put baby and dog and a whole bunch of other keywords in there, so I'm hoping this sells a little quicker than some of the other ones. Got one picture frame for 50 cents. This is a pewter frame from Crossbow Pewter. I got another one of these at a thrift store a few months back. I think I paid 50 cents or $1. Sold that one for 15. It had bunny rabbits. And of course, cats are very popular. So I picked this one up for 50 cents, and I'm hoping to get about the same amount of money for that. Got this sun catcher. This is from Winged Heart. It's brand new in the box. This is cat with geraniums. And these sell pretty well. I think I put this up for like 30 or something with best offer. Because for some reason these Winged Heart ones go for a little more than most of the other ones. I did have another very small one from this same company that I found back in the fall. And that one I think went for around 15. So, never heard of that company before, but now I'm always on the lookout for those. In their houseware section, I saw this and got very excited because I knew what the pattern was, and the sticker is still on it somewhere. Oh, there it is. This is Ralph Lauren. It's hard to do this one-handed. It's from his Mandarin Blue pattern. This is a 96-ounce pitcher. I paid $2 or $3, and I believe I listed it for around 50 plus shipping, which is what it pretty consistently goes for. Another item that I found in the kind of housewares knick-knack section towards the end of the sale was this piece, which I love this. If this sticks around my house for a while, I'm fine with that. This is called the Encircled Reader. It's by Danya B. The mark is right there on the book, if you guys can see that. It's cast iron. It does come in a male or a female. This is the male. And for book nerds like me, this is great. You can use it as a paperweight, a figurine, a bookend, whatever you want to use it for. I listed this last night for, I believe, 28 plus shipping. All right. Let me show you guys the Christmas. I did better last year than this year in their Christmas section, but that's okay. Last year I found an aluminum Christmas tree there for $4. I was dancing a jig. But that stayed with me. I haven't sold that because I love it too much. I got these 3 little ornaments. I think they were 50 cents. I don't even really know why I bought them. They're all glass. They're hand painted. But I just liked the way this Santa looked. He's kind of goofy looking. And this one, this one is a nutcracker. The nutcracker on one side, the ballerina on the other. I'm going to sell them all together, maybe $10 for those. And for I think $1 or $2, I got this doorstop. This is from Midwest of Cannon Falls. And I listed this yesterday for, I believe, maybe 25 plus shipping. found a German smoker. He's in great shape, except he's missing his walking stick, and when I went to pay for them, they accidentally dropped him and his pipe came out of his mouth. So I have to glue his pipe back in, but other than that, he's in good shape. It's got the little birds. Oh, and the bird wing is missing. Forgot about that too. But I paid 50 cents for him. So I'm hoping to get, whoops, a minimum of probably 25 on him, maybe more. We'll see. Then these figurines, I have no idea why they were in the houseware section and not Christmas. But I paid $1 a piece for them. And normally I would not pick up this maker, but the reason that I did was because there were three there. They all go together pretty well, and I can sell them as a lot. And these are by Bonnie Lynn. And the only unfortunate part is that on this one, it did have a little paper letter that said to Santa, and somehow in the process of packing them up for me, I guess they ripped the letter off, and it wasn't in the box or the bag or anything. So I don't know what happened to it, but it's very easy for somebody to just cut out a little piece of paper, write to Santa on it, and glue it back on his hand. That's not a big deal. So I'm going to list those together and probably ask about 30 plus shipping. Also for 50 cents, got this little needlepoint Let It Snow accent pillow. This, I think, should sell for around 15 to 20. I got some coffee mugs, and I did really well in the coffee mug section. I'm trying to think what else I sold from that sale. I sold the lap quilt that I told you guys about. I sold an Anthropology initial mug. It had the letter M on it. I sold that for, I think, 10 or 15 plus shipping. I sold a little Snoopy garden flag that had Snoopy with woodstock and a wheelbarrow. That was 50 cents. I sold that for 15 plus shipping, I believe. And then I also sold a Figment mug, Figment from Epcot, that ride Journey into Imagination. I don't know why it was still there when I got over there, because I had already looked through the mugs once, left, went to look at some other items, came back to the mugs, and there it was. It was a big honking thing, like extra large jumbo mug, probably held, I think like 24 ounces, maybe a little more. And I turned it over and it was dated 1981, which is significant because Epcot didn't even open until 1982. So these were the very first mugs that they ever made as merchandise for this particular ride. So I snatched that baby up as fast as I could. It cost me 50 cents. I put it up for auction and it sold for $61.35 plus shipping. I was really happy about that sale. And then this mug that I'm going to show you in a minute, this is also a winner. But the other two I got was this Clive and Cat enamel metal mug. This was originally, I guess it held a cinnamon candle. Paid 50 cents, and I think I have this up for 10 plus shipping or 15 and free shipping, something like that. It's very, very lightweight. And this one I thought was adorable with this little dachshund. This one's from Juliana Swaney for Fringe. 50 cents I paid for this, and this should be a normal like $10 plus shipping mug. But this one was sitting next to the Figment mug, and I don't know how no one snatched this up either. But I saw that it was a Heman mug, and down here it says 1984, so really early one. I initially listed it for, I think, $80 at auction plus shipping. It had a bunch of watchers, but it didn't sell. So I put it up for $100 as a buy it now with best offer, because I looked at some other prices on this, and previously they've sold anywhere from I think 80 to like 130. Very, very happy to find that. And it's in fantastic condition for its age. All right, and the very last thing that I bought at that sale was in the Christmas section. I saw this house. I immediately knew who it was made by and put it right in my bag. It cost me $5. This is from Kurt Adler. It says Kurt Adler on the back. Sometimes it'll only say KSA on the back. It does not have the light cord, but that's no big deal. Light cord costs like, I don't know, $4 on eBay or Amazon. Has a little glue drips here, but that doesn't matter because you're not going to see them. And this one, even, and it's hard to tell, but even inside, this one is decorated with gingerbread people. They're making desserts. This is from their Gingerbread Junction line. He has a few lines of houses like this. One is Gingerbread Junction. The other one is Snowtown. Both of them are really popular, but I think Snowtown is the more popular one. And it's the more mainstream one. I don't think they made as many Gingerbread Junction. But this is the sweet shop. I have this up for $60 at auction. I have watchers on it, but no bites yet. I would have put it up for more if it had had the box and the light cord, but like I said, it doesn't. So we'll see what happens with that. I bought a Snowtown house at a thrift store last year for $12, and I sold that for, it was in the box, and I think I sold it for $100 or $110. But not all Snowtown houses sell well, so make sure you look them up if you find them out in the wild. Look them up before you spend your hard-earned money on them. Some go for great prices and some are like, eh. And I think it might be the same with these Gingerbread Junction houses as well. So, I think that's it, guys. I will be back with another haul. I've been to so many rummage sales already this season. I have 4 or 5 coming up in the next, like 3-4 weeks. So I will have plenty of items to share with all of you. And I hope you're all having a great day. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, which I always forget to say, please like, comment, subscribe. Because I've lost so many subscribers since I've been gone for 10 months. And even before that, I don't know. I guess people don't want to hear what I have to say. But that's okay. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe. And I'll be back with more hauls. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.